Hey, welcome to Justin Tech. It has been a minute since I put up a video, but I got my hands on these Philips Hue string lights. Philips Hue sent them to me, and I've been playing around with them, and I was like, I need to make a video about these. I need to review them. I've been busy doing diabetes tech on my diabetes channel. Oh, that's my blood sugar back there. If it goes red, let me know. Anyway, the Philips Hue string lights, they are super pretty. They work seamlessly with the Philips Hue app, but not everything is so perfect, and I'm going to get into all of that today. Subscribe to this channel for more Hue content. I've got a lot of Hue videos on here, and I plan on putting videos on here whenever I get a chance to, whenever I'm inspired to, and I'm inspired to today. So let's get into the Philips Hue string lights. The Hue string lights come in two different sizes. There's 65 feet and 130 feet. I have the 130 feet, which were perfect for my terrace. They come in two segments. So I always plug them in before I hang them up to make sure they work. They worked. I put them outside. And what I did was I had the V start from the corner of my terrace. And with one string light, I had that wrap around the banister. And with the other half, I had that go around the fencing. I reviewed the Philips Hue string lights last year while I was at CNET. Those were the first iteration, and they couldn't go outdoors, which was highly limiting for string lights. And I talked about that, how the competition could go outside, and it seems like Philips Hue learned from their mistake, and they came out with these. They are both indoor and outdoor, thank goodness. As I was hanging them, I was kind of just doing whatever I could make work, especially with the fence. The banister worked well, but the fence was like going in these V shapes, and then I was like, okay, we're just going to go along the top. Otherwise, I probably would have backtracked. The way I hung them affected the way the lights will look, which I will get into, but make sure that if you're going to stop watching this video, go to this part where I talk about it, which is when I get into like creating scenes. Very important. But the setup was super easy. And just as with any Philips Hue lights, connecting them was super seamless. Plugged them in, the app recognized it, I gave them a name, put it to a room, bada bing, bada boom, you have these lights. There's a library of pre-made scenes already on the app, including a whole bunch of holiday options. From here, you can choose to activate and save each one to your library. You can also create custom scenes, and there are a few different options for patterns. There's linear, mirrored, and scattered. Scattered, pretty self-explanatory. When you do that, there are 5 different colors you can set up, and that will scatter the lights throughout the LED string lights. Then there's mirrored. So what mirrored does is it creates a gradient that goes from one color to another, back to the other color. And then you've got linear, which is the same thing, except it's not mirrored. It just goes from one color to another, just like the gradient light strips that Hue sells. Now, what I realized was after I put my lights up, because I backtracked, the mirrored and the linear don't look as expected. So if you're going to want that look to look good, don't do what I did. You can't backtrack. So if you're putting it on a Christmas tree, don't backtrack. You have to make sure you're doing it the right amount, and then you get to the top and you're done. I think it's more important for that. I don't mind the slight hiccup in my lights, but it is a thing. Then you've got different effects you can add. On effects, there are 6 different effects to choose from. If you have experience with twinkly, that may not seem like a lot of effects, but they do look really good. I like the candle in the fireplace and the sparkle. They add a nice like glimmering effect. They look nice. The Hue app is all about simplicity. I think they want any layman to use this app, understand it, and be able to make things happen, which is a pro and a con. It's a pro for a lot of people who want simplicity, but a con for probably a lot of people who are watching it right now that want to be able to do everything there is, right? So you may be a twinkly person, which I'll get into in a little bit. If there's one thing I've noticed using the Philips Hue scenes is that it's quite limited, especially with my experience using the Nanoleaf string lights. And from what I know about the twinkly, I've never used them myself, but there are 6 effects, which really isn't a lot. At first, I thought that these effects would be applied to the scenes that you create with different colors. That's not the case. I feel like it should be the case, but it's not. The way they work is candle, fireplace is fireplace, sparkle is sparkle, and you can't change the color of them, which feels extremely, extremely limiting. I feel like Hue could easily implement the ability to change the colors of these different effects, and that alone would add a lot more usability and maybe bringing it up a little bit more to the ability that you have, to the abilities you have with Nanoleaf, where you can apply different effects on top of all the colors that you're also adding. That's just one of the downsides. Another downside with the Philips Hue string lights is the lack of the ability to track where each individual LED light is. Twinkly can do that so that when you hang these up, they go wherever you want. But with the Philips Hue, if you hang them up the wrong way, they won't get tracked, and these effects, or rather these different settings that you apply, won't look as intended. The Philips Hue string lights are also very expensive. So for the 65 feet, they are $219. And for the 130, they are $359. Very expensive, especially when you compare those to the Nanoleaf string lights, which are indoor-outdoor. I believe they are 65 feet, around that much. I put them on my Christmas tree. I love them. They're simple. They connect to my Nanoleaf app and my HomeKit very easily. And then you've got Twinkly. So Twinkly lights are more expensive than Nanoleaf. They are one of the top contenders, but they are $230 for 160 feet. They are significantly less than Philips Hue string lights. So I feel like the people who are getting Philips Hue are getting it because they want it to go into their ecosystem. If that's you, you are Philips Hue always. Yes, these lights are going to look awesome. They're very classy looking, whereas Twinkly can get a little too much, in my opinion. I feel that way. But these are going to look great. They're going to work seamlessly with your Philips Hue and any scenes that you've created. For people who want awesome effects, the added extras of the tracking, then you may want to go Twinkly. If you just want a cheap set of Christmas string lights, then Nanoleaf could be a great option for you. Those are only $99, and I've been using them, and I have enjoyed them. Now, if you want to check out Twinkly, Philips Hue, or Nanoleaf, I've put links to all of these in the description. They're affiliate links, so if you purchase through those, it helps support the channel and all the content I'm making. Thanks for watching. It's good to be back for a Hue video. And I'm going to be going to CES actually at the top of January, and I'm going to be reporting there. So I will have videos coming out on this channel on just cool stuff that I see there. So stay tuned for that. It should be fun. I'm excited to go back. I'm going to be doing both tech stuff for Justin Tech, but also some diabetic stuff. Like I said earlier, I have type 1 diabetes, and I do a lot of diabetes technology. If that applies to you or someone you know, you should check it out. It's Diabetic. And I've got some good stuff going on there. I have a podcast and a YouTube channel. For more content on the channel, be sure to subscribe, click that bell for alerts, because who knows when a video is coming out. They're kind of random, so you'll get alerted if you click that, and give this video a like if you enjoyed it. I'm Justin, and I'll tech you later.